Hi guys, what's up? It's Mansi. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who have been following me for quite a while, you must be aware that I tend to get a little weird and awkward in a lot of situations. So, doing an interview video is not something I thought myself doing in near future or in far off future or just ever. But here I am. This is my first ever interview video on my channel and I am actually very psyched about it. For people who know me, I know you are all rooting for me to be professional and not make a fool of myself. I tried my best, to be honest. And I tried to keep the conversation sane as well. So kudos to me. Yeah, let me know in the comments what do you think of this interview and my interview skills. Hello, please do comment on that as well. And okay, without further ado, let's get to it. So I've managed to pitch this whole interview thing in a very overzealous manner. So you must be wondering, who is this person that I'm going to interview? Today we are going to have a one-on-one chat with Dr. Anand, who is the topper of INI CET exam this year. Dr. Anand completed his MBBS from AFMC Pune and he completed his internship in April 2020 from Hyderabad. So we went down to the nooks and crooks of what it takes to prepare for a competitive exam like INI CET and for any other standardized test that you're preparing for, especially in the medical field. You can take the example of a lot of points and a lot of beneficial insights that we discuss in this interview, and you can just apply it to your own preparation, filter it out, customize it your own way. Please don't blindly follow anything that is being said to you. This is something that I strongly advise anyone who watches my videos. Please, even for me, I would not say agree to everything that I say. Just take the things that apply to you. I hope this can be sort of an in-depth insight for you into what goes on inside the topper's mind as well. They're just as scared, they're just as vulnerable into failing and into being scared of all the things that any average kid would be as well. So I think the point of this interview is not to overwhelm you into thinking all the things that you're not doing, but instead the point of this interview is to just help you see that every student or everyone who is preparing for a competitive exam has their own ways of preparing for it. Alright, I will stop wasting time and I will get to the point that you're all here for. So let's get Dr. Anand on the line. Yeah, okay. Alright, is it fine? Everything good?
Just a second, 1 second.
Okay, so first of all, Dr. Anand, thank you for taking the time for this interview.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, okay. And congratulations on cracking INI CET exam. I know that it must be like sort of a very usual thing for you. A lot of people must be, giving you a lot of congratulations and all these days.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it seems good right now, but yeah, I don't feel it's such a great thing.
Was it something that you expected? Like, okay, I know I'm going to crack it.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not at
Especially like the last few days, I never thought I would even, cross probably 500. I never thought I would even get below 500.
Really? So like, what were your, okay, that brings us to the point, what were your last thoughts like when you were, just about to give the exam?
Okay, fine. So like 10 to 15 days before the exam, I was clueless. I didn't know what to do. I was completely confused.
Okay.
I definitely studied a lot before that, but the last minute preparation was bullshit. I can't.
You were mentally all over the place.
Yeah. I broke down like 3-4 times before the exam, and my mom helped me a lot. She counseled me every day, and then like on the day of the exam, I said, okay, whatever will happen, like so ho jayega. So I didn't care much. On the day of the exam, I just went and gave my best. That's it.
Even though I have tried to do justice in introducing you properly, can you please go ahead and tell us about yourself a little, like the audience?
I was born and brought up in Hyderabad. I did my MBBS from Armed Forces Medical College, Pune. And then I paid out and I came to Hyderabad for my internship. I did my internship at Usmania General Hospital.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I did my exam and I'm here right now.
Okay, so you're a fresher, like you gave the exam for the first time. This exam.
Technically, I gave the exam for the first time, but I finished my internship in April. So after April, I gave only NIMHANS. I only gave NIMHANS. I didn't give any other exams. So like I got 9th rank in NIMHANS for DM neurology, and then after that the only exam I wrote was this one, INI CET. I didn't write any of the May exams or 2020 NEET.
All right. So your main goal was this exam?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Sort of. Okay. So can you like tell us a little like what was MBBS like for you, and like have you always wanted to become a doctor?
Not at all. Not at all. Never wanted to become
Really?
a doctor. Yeah, yeah. So I actually decided that I'll go for BPC one day prior to my one day prior to me joining the plus one. So then plus one, plus two, I did well. I got great scores in almost all the exams. But it was my mom's dream that I joined AFMC. So yeah, so I joined AFMC, and then college was a fairy tale, man. It was amazing. It was fun. It's one of the best colleges in India, and yeah, I had lots of fun in college. Yeah,
So this just stumbled upon you.
never.
Like just happened to
Yeah,
be at
I
the top
never
of the
had,
medical fraternity. That's great.
I never, I mean, I never wanted to become anything in the first place.
Okay.
मुझे बस like things just happened on their own. मतलब मुझे कुछ ऐसे
So
कुछ
it was
करना नहीं था.
sort of like autoplay for you. Like things were happening and
Yeah,
you were just going with the flow.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's this sort of elephant in the room though, staring at us. Uh,
Uh,
what is your choice of field? In what field have you wanted to, go ahead with?
Yeah, so yeah, I am planning to take up internal medicine as a specialty, and then my initial this thing was neurology. I mean, initial choice of super specialty was neurology,
Okay.
but let's see how things turn up. Let's see what subject I like during my MD. So like based on the posting during internal medicine, I'll get to know more. So yeah,
Of
probably.
course, you get more perspective as you go ahead in the field, like as you gain experience.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us a little about what was your routine like? Like, what was your study routine when you were preparing for the exam?
During college or during internship? Like,
During like this before INI CET exam, what was your routine like during internship?
I started, I mean, I wouldn't say I started it on this date, and I can't actually say
Of course.
because everything you do for the last 5.5 years is important. That's what I feel. So yeah, so I was kind of good in all the subjects from first year. So I had a very good base. So I just had to build up on that and revisit a few subjects.
You just focused on preparing the subjects the best you could.
That's it. That's
all.
the motto.
Okay.
Yeah. So first year was like okayish. But fortunately, I did well in first year as well. But from second year, I started loving the subjects. Matlab, Path, Pharmac, it was like amazing. I used to study them every
I
day.
actually also like second year subjects a lot. I used to always, look forward to actually studying in second year. Like when I compare it
Yeah,
to first year, it became more easier, I guess, with time.
definitely. First year was like, yeah, it was good, but second year, it forms the basis for medicine.
So did you like
I,
join some institute or, had notes? Nothing.
no,
Like
no, no.
completely self.
Yeah, some of my yeah, complete. Yeah, mostly from textbooks and all that. I mean, we didn't have Marrow or some app like that during our MBBS.
So I think
So that's
that's
where
where
that's
mostly, yeah, like when I implied, like, when did you actually start preparing for the exam? What my implication was towards the fact that when did you start making your notes in the sense that you wanted to go for, like MCQs and you wanted to, just do the questions as well. So, of course, when you start out in first year, you're not going to be as comfortable with just starting out questions altogether. You're first going to focus on the theory. So what was
yeah.
that period for you
No,
where you started doing questions as well along with your theory, or was it again from the beginning?
no, never from the beginning. From the beginning, my only aim was to be perfect with whatever I study. I never touched MCQs during MBBS.
Right.
I
Okay. So
actually
you never
hardly
did
did.
questions in all your 4 years.
Oh, no, not at all. I was really scared of those MCQs. I thought if I didn't get a question right, I would question myself and I would think, yaar, mera matlab concept kharab hai. I used to think
Acha.
that way. So I never dared to solve an MCQ during MBBS.
Okay.
But even during internship, I didn't have much time to solve any MCQs. So I started solving MCQs after internship, like during April probably. I mean this year.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, I hardly solved around 50 to 60% of marrow question bank,
Alright.
and that was it.
You mostly your MCQ question bank really came from marrow.
I only relied on marrow for my MCQ preparation. I mean, there was no MCQ preparation as such. I just used the question bank to assess myself.
Okay.
Nothing more than that.
So mainly you're saying that you focused on getting your concepts right and just having the notes all
Yeah.
together so that you just knew the concept well. And the
Yes, that's it.
implication of it was really just, on the clinical side when you were doing your internship, and that's about it.
Yes, that's it.
How many hours did you study in a day? Because I know these are very textbook questions that you must again get asked a lot.
If I had the mood to study for a long time, I used to sit for 10 hours, 12 hours straight. But if I didn't feel like studying, I used to wander about here and there, waste time, and then
So there wasn't
not
like
do
a
much.
timetable thing for you?
Nothing here. I'm the most disorganized person you'll ever find in your life. So,
So you
मेरा
didn't
routine
have
नहीं
like
था,
targets set or anything like that?
nothing. I was solely dependent on repeated revisions. That's it.
Okay, okay. Right. So you mentioned that you used Marrow's question bank. So did you also go for the lecture videos, or was it just the college
Yes,
lecture
yes.
videos that you relied on?
No, 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 no. I subscribed for Plan C.
Okay.
So I mean, I watched a lot of videos from Marrow, but I never prepared notes for those. I mean, I hardly prepared like 40-50% of the notes, and the rest I used to study from the PDFs which are given along with the video.
Okay. So you mostly just watched the videos, got your concepts right with them, and then you went for the question bank. That was your
Not all the time.
not all the
Yeah,
time, but
not all the
sometimes.
time.
Let's
Yeah.
just give our audience a little bit of stability.
You're
Yeah,
fine.
go on. Because then they'll be like,
See,
okay,
that's
we have to go for half a set
how
studying.
No, no, I'm a very, I mean, I'm a very atypical student. I mean, I'm not the routine type. So people might not like this interview. So yeah, that's what I was saying in
No,
the
I mean
first place.
it's always nice to have a fresh perspective when you're preparing for a competitive exam, I think. I think any experience that you can find and anyone
Ah,
that shares their experience plays a part in motivating kids, I think, in its own certain way. Since I also use Marrow a lot, like in final year also I used to watch a lot of videos, so we can actually talk about that a little. So what was your favorite teacher or favorite lecture video? Like, did you have any bookmark lectures or something like that?
no bookmark lectures, but I liked medicine. I mean, Rakesh Nair sir was very good. Then my biochemistry was very weak, so Rebecca ma'am helped me
I
clear my
also hate
concepts.
biochemistry. Yeah. It's a lot of theoretical material that you have to, the cycles, they just burn my head.
You know, yeah,
It's a
yeah.
lot to mug
And
up.
then, of course, Rohan Khandelwal sir's videos were very, very good. He gave us latest updates. That was most important because I mean, I had a good grip on surgery,
Mhm.
but after watching his videos, I thought I improved a lot in surgery.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I actually think that he gives a really practical aspect to those, all the theoretical material that you study in surgery. So it becomes really important to grasp that. I actually watched
Hmm.
this hernia video and I was actually very impressed with it. Also, I think OBGYN was also really nice. Dr. Sakshi Arora, she's also really good. I personally find her,
Yeah, 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 definitely.
yeah, I also,
Yeah, yeah.
her videos
Yes,
were really nice.
there's a lag again.
Wait, wait, wait. I'm sorry, I don't have Wi-Fi in my hostel room. That's why there's this problem of internet.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm like trolled. I'm like shocked. Like why is this exaggeration going on? Why is this overwhelming response? I have no
Because
clue.
you
Like
were
I'm having.
because let me tell you from the perspective of an average kid like me. We always have
Okay.
this curiosity on yeah, we always have this curiosity on what it actually takes to be motivated enough to, top an exam like that. So it's just for the experience of it all, and I hope you're embracing it as well. Just embrace it. Take my word for it.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah. So I'm going to grill you a bit more about your study strategy. Please bear me on that.
Yeah,
Okay. So how
sure.
did you prepare your notes?
Again, really haphazard. So
Okay.
yeah, I used to prepare
That is
those
already
subjects
in
which
my
are
mind now. I can visualize the Hafizat thing always. You don't have to keep saying it again and again.
so yeah, so I prepared notes for subjects which I was very bad at, like FMT, PSM, biochem, and a few parts of anatomy,
Okay.
and the latest updates from Bailey. I mean, like surgery, medicine, and OBG. So I made notes for specific topics. I didn't make notes for the whole module. Like, it
Right.
was
Right. So the
selective, yeah.
only the things that you found difficult, you made notes on that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just relied on the books as it is.
Yeah, books as well as the PDFs,
And the
the
PDF.
marrow PDFs, which were
Right.
along with the. Yes, that's it.
Okay.
Nothing much.
Very weird question for you. I don't know if you can relate to this, but did you have this habit of writing down in your books or just keep your books really tidy? Because I think there are two kinds of students when they prepare notes.
Uh,
One category is when they mess up the whole book, and from your words you are half a it. So was it like also reflective in your books, or did you keep your books really clean?
I was never a tidy person from the beginning, so my notes were really bad. They were not very neat. My handwriting is like shit. So no, not at all good.
I think we
But
have a safe word for it. We can say that we're doctors. There's a safe word for that.
no. I know lots of doctors who have beautiful handwritings, man. It's a stereotype. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
अच्छा.
हाँ तो
हॉस्पिटल में मैंने तो आज
मैं
तक कोई डॉक्टर नहीं देखा जिसकी हैंडराइटिंग मुझे अच्छी लगी हो.
so my notes were organized but very bad. I mean, they were not neat.
Only
I
you
used
can
to
understand
hate
them.
kind of yeah, something like that. So, but my textbooks, like I used to underline every line for some reason, not the important points, but every line. It was
Every
a
line.
habit. I used to, yeah, every line.
Weirdly,
Yeah.
I also do that a lot. But what I do is every time I go back to the same topic, I'm also doing something else on it. Like if the first time I'll underline it, the next time I'll circle it, the next time I'll circle it with some other pen, so that finally when I come back to it, I'll know that this is a really highlighted topic. So that becomes sort of.
I should have done that, but no, not really.
In retrospect, you think this is better?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I can advise kids as well. I'm not that far off. Like, do you think that doing questions is important for PG preparation or for this exam or for any other exam like that?
Absolutely. It is important because you need to know the types of questions that are asked commonly, so that you can focus in those areas. Like although I didn't solve a single grand test. I mean, I solved one, but I had only one source, so marrow.
Okay, so your main classic source was marrow and everything, plus the books that you read. Okay. I think this is also very important for kids to understand, not to overwhelm themselves with a lot of, this and that. Mostly what students do is they go for a lot of different things. So I think it's important to understand that you have to stick to just, one. Yeah, exactly. And filter out the important stuff that you find, not just blindly follow anything that you get. So that's, I think, a very important lesson here. So what was I saying? क्या बात कर रहे थे हम? इससे पहले?
So it was regarding the question bank. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. So so what do you have to say about the importance of questions in an exam like that? Like,
see, my sole. I mean, what I did was I went through the last 3 to 4 years of AIIMS papers, so that I at least I'll get to solve a few questions if they are repeated. That's the only way I actually did a few questions. And question bank, I used to solve it randomly. Like,
I think it's important to understand that in preparing for PG, you have to focus on the practical aspect a lot. Like majorly, you have to focus on that. So you can't just, you can't just think that, you know the theory well, you know the mechanism of a disease well. If you don't know how to manage it like practically, and I don't think that concept is really well off for you. It's not going to be applied in a PG question. Yeah. So the main thing is 100%. To be oriented clinically. I think that's what it's really all about in your preparation, right?
That's what our college focused on. So obviously, if you attend your clinics and postings properly, as I already said, you like 40 to 50% of your problem is solved. And the final aim is to become a good doctor. So for that, you have to attend clinics. You have to go to the
mostly kids, avoid doing that. Mostly what they do is they get, they get in the line, just
Yeah.
go for the preparation and just sit at their, home or their room and then just prepare for it theoretically instead of attending the clinics.
I want to tell people, like whoever is watching this video, that solving questions and becoming a topper is not the aim. Even if you fail, even if you don't do well in the exam, it is fine. You clear your concepts and be clinically thorough so that you can, treat patients, you can diagnose patients. That is the sole aim of medicine. Abey, PG can wait. PG can wait. It's not, you're never in a hurry to crack PG. But as an undergraduate, there are some things which you have to know. Like there are some skills which you have to acquire.
Yeah,
So
because we
that
are
should
actually dealing with people's lives here. So the end goal is not to
yes,
be
yes.
good on paper.
I was very enthusiastic in eliciting signs in patients. Like we used to have a lots of patients. So I used to see the nails, I used to see the skin, hair, like how is it and
Like
how
the
do we
general
correlate it with.
examination, the GPE part, you're saying.
Yes, so like just by looking at the nails, you can guess what disease the patient has. That is the beauty of clinical medicine,
Yeah.
which is lacking these days.
Yeah,
Nobody cares. I
exactly.
know.
Because we mostly
Investigation.
hurry, I think the problem is that there's this hurry to actually just, get to the main part and just know about the disease theoretically.
Yes.
You don't focus
Yes.
on the little things that the patient presents you with, the little complaints that they're also giving you, the negative history that is important. A lot of times, even I have found myself focusing on the unimportant things more. And then when I look back at it, I think I wish I would have focused on the patient more. Like
Yeah.
in a lot of
Definitely.
cases, yeah.
One more thing is I want to tell people that you start reading Harrison's early. Start reading Harrison's. I know it sounds very stupid on my part saying this,
Yeah,
but the thing.
I actually studied heart failure from that,
Okay. Okay.
but it was really overwhelming for me. So I just shut down the book and I was like, okay, let's go for Davidson.
There is an approach to studying Harrison's. Like when you're in your second year, if you're studying Robbins and pharmacology, there is a topic on symptomatology in Harrison's. In the first edition, the first volume, there are specific clinical manifestations and their differential diagnosis. So if you can correlate what you're studying from Robbins with that, you'll have a very, very good picture in your mind how to deal with a case. What is the approach to a particular symptom and sign? So finally, when you come to your final year studying systemic medicine, that will become so easy.
It becomes
Very
very
easy.
easy. I think
You become a
this is
cake
a very
walker.
important advice for kids who are in second year right now. They can
Yes.
actually take a lot from this. So this is a really,
Yes.
really nice advice.
Do read symptomatology. That is the most important part. So
Okay.
that is my sole message for the audience. So
Okay. So message is to
that's
read
it.
Harrison.
Yeah. See, if you start early, you'll do well. If you start in final
Abhi
year,
pata hai,
you'll go
इसी
nowhere.
point पे a lot of kids are going to just shut down the video. Like, okay, this
I
end.
know, I know. I already warned you. I told you that this is something
If
different.
this is
Come
what
on
it's
now.
like to talk to a topper, I'm going to just stop the video now.
I know, yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time for this interview.
Yeah.
Any last words that you have for the kids except reading Harrison?
Yeah, I would definitely want more people to start attending clinics and doing their internship properly, so that they can like solve questions without actually going through all that, because most of the questions these days are clinically oriented. So you will have an edge over others if you actually attend clinics. So I took marrow during internship. Then, like during internship, I hardly got to study from Marrow. I only used to see those lectures which I could correlate from my patients. But, from April 2020, I've done around 60 to 70% of the video modules. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
conceptually, it was
So
helpful for you.
yeah, definitely. All the teachers, they emphasize more on improving the concepts. They emphasize a lot on concepts so that you can answer any question irrespective of the paper. Yeah, so it was amazing. I definitely have to credit all the teachers on Marrow, because they were so good in clearing my concepts. I had a lot of concepts which were still lingering in my head, which were not actually correct. So I got to clarify them from Marrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's great. That's great that you found a platform that was helpful for you and you could,
Yes,
make the best you could out of that. So I think it's very important.
definitely.
Okay. Hmm.
Please.
Yeah, because the foundation and your concepts that
Yeah,
you have, I think it plays a big part in, just getting a rank or doing anything. Oh my God, my internet is unstable again.
definitely. Yeah, I know.
So anything else that you want to say to the kids?
I would say don't get demotivated by your performances in the tests. Keep hitting the books, keep studying, uh, because persistence is the key.
Thank you so much, Dr. Anand. Thank you for taking the time for this interview again, like I said, and I congratulate you again on the good
Thanks.
time that you got. And I hope that you succeed in life, succeed more in life. And again, thank you so much. As an average medical student myself, I actually think I got a really helpful insight into what it takes to really prepare for an exam. So I think that is something I take from this interview, and I think a lot of you might also get the benefit of that.